Yesterday we have covered atmospheric neutrino oscillation experiment and confirmation by long baseline accelerator neutrino experiment. Okay? Our plan today is to start with solar neutrino sources and experiments, then discuss matter enhancement of solar neutrino oscillation, the so-called MSW effect. Okay? That suggests several solutions, out of which finally the so-called large mixing angle solution is selected to explain our solar neutrino data. Okay? And then it is confirmed by the long baseline reactor neutrino experiment. Time permitting, I will end with a summary of present status, but I would strongly urge Sanjeev Agarwal to give at least one lecture on 3 neutrino cells. Okay. Solar neutrino sources. The main source of solar neutrino as well as solar energy are the 3 pp chains which converts proton into alpha particle helium nucleus. In the first step, 2 protons fuse to form deuterium, positron and neutrino. Well, there is a very little contribution from PEP. Okay, so this is the main source, and this neutrino is called PP neutrino, and that is the most copious. There is a little PEP neutrino, and this being a 2-body final state, this will give you a line. That is precise neutrino energy, line spectrum. Then deuterium and proton fuse to give you helium-3, and 85% of the time 2 helium-3 combined to give you helium-4, that is alpha particle, and 2 proton. So that completes the conversion of proton into helium nucleus. So this is the main chain PP1. But 15% of the time helium-3 combines with a helium-4 to give beryllium-7 and photon, and 99.9% of the time, almost all the time, beryllium-7 combines with electron to give you lithium-7 and neutrino. So this is called beryllium neutrino. This is again a 2-body final state. So this is a precise energy line spectrum. Okay. This was low energy but most copious. This we already see is 15%, that means order of magnitude down, but this is intermediate energy of around 0.8 MeV. Okay, this goes up to 0.4 MeV. So this is about 0.8 MeV, and this is the line spectrum. And then lithium-7 combines with proton to give you to helium-4. Now, 0.1% of the time, that means 3 orders of magnitude smaller than this and 4 orders of magnitude smaller than this, beryllium-7 combines instead of electron with proton, give you boron-8 and photon, and boron-8 decays into beryllium-8 positron neutrino. So this is called boron neutrino. Okay, and this is only 3 orders of magnitude down compared to beryllium and 4 orders of magnitude down compared to proton, but this gives you maximum energy, so going up to 15 MeV. So Cherenkov experiments like SNO or SK experiment, Bhubaneswar experiment, they can see only these boron neutrinos. Okay. And finally, beryllium-8 decays into 2 to 3 So this is the third PP chain, this is the second PP chain, this is the third. Okay, everything is clear? Yes or no? Okay, so let us look at the fluxes. So this is taken from the calculation of Bachal. Bachal is kind of the father figure of solar neutrino. He has died about a decade back. Okay, so these are his calculation, and PP neutrino flux is the largest flux, and but it goes only up to 0.4 MeV. Then beryllium line spectrum is here, the PEP here, but the intermediate energy is dominated by beryllium, which is 1 order of magnitude smaller than this. and the high energy neutrino come from boron, okay, and that's very, very low, okay. Also note that there is a plus minus 20% uncertainty in the boron flux, okay. Coming to experiment, there are 4 experiments. Gallium has the lowest threshold going down to 0.2 MeV, so it can see all these neutrinos, but of course the dominant contribution comes from the low energy PP neutrino, so it is dominated by the low energy neutrino flux. Fluorine again is a radiochemical experiment, so it starts with a threshold of 0.8 MeV, so it can just about see beryllium, but it is dominated by boron neutrino. And super K or SNO, they are real-time experiment, Cherenkov experiment, starting with the threshold of 5 MeV, so they can see only boron neutrino flux. Clear?
So just to add, in this series of experiments, now Borexino is also one real-time experiment, and they are working in between. So they have also recently seen PP neutrinos, but mainly they are seeing 7 beryllium line spectra.
Yeah.
Fantastic experiment. That shows how to go to lower energies. Very nice.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
In the flux figure, we see that PEP, those lines coincide with the other AP and all those. So how to distinguish those fluxes from 8P? So
precise করে কইলো বুঝি পাইলেনি।
Manori আছে।
Somebody else rephrase the question.
Amina,
so some of the PEP chain neutrinos, those have energy that coincide with the 8P neutrinos.
in the previous slide, sir. Aage
So
slide.
in here, the energy of PEP.
Acha, are you
energy
talking
of
P? Acha, are you
neutrinos
talking
from
on
PEP?
PP? Are you talking PP neutrino?
Yes.
Okay. You see, you roughly divide into 3 parts. Okay. Roughly divide into 3 parts. Actually, neutrino oscillation, the source is unimportant. Source is used only to calculate the estimated flux. Okay.
Right.
So we have to combine everything. Okay. I am focusing on the most important. Okay. So in the low energy region, the most important contribution is the PP neutrino. Beryllium also has one component here, but the dominant component is PP neutrino. When you do the calculation, you have to combine both of them. Okay? But when you focus on for understanding, I am telling this, but when I do the calculation, of course I have to include everything. Okay? The intermediate energy range is dominated by the beryllium neutrino here. There is a PEP neutrino also, okay? But dominant is beryllium neutrino, okay? High energy range, where super K and SNO can see, their only contribution is boron neutrino. There is a small HEP neutrino, but that's really easy. Okay?
So we can't distinguish if we say that flux of PEP or even from PEP channel.
You see, that is not important for us. We are interested in the total flux in this range, so in that total flux we have to calculate, take everything that Becker has calculated for us. Okay? And when it is 3 order of magnitude down, 2 order of magnitude down, your experimental sensitivity is 5%. Okay? So if it is 1 order of magnitude down, it is easy. Okay? So these are the 4 experiments, gallium, chlorine, which are radiochemical experiments, super K and SNO, they are real-time experiments, Cherenkov experiments. Okay? Let us discuss those experiments one by one. Chlorine, Homestead mine in US, Davis et al. And gallium, there are 2 experiments, SAYS, Soviet American gallium experiment in Russia, and Galex, West European experiment in the Gansaso tunnel. You see, in the gallium experiment, gallium target absorbs neutrino to give electron and germanium 71. And chlorine experiment, chlorine 37 absorbs neutrino to give you argon 37 and electron. Okay? What you do is, you see, 71 germanium and 37 argon, they are radioactive substances. So from time to time, say after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you separate the germanium and the argon. Then how many germanium atoms you produce or how many argon atoms you produce, you measure them by, because they are radioactive, you measure by Geiger-Müller counter. Okay? That tells you over 1 month period how many germanium has been produced. Okay? And from that, since you know the reaction cross-section, you can back calculate and find what is the flux. Okay? Okay? And you start comparing with the standard solar model flux. And if you see a deficit, okay, that gives you the survival probability. Okay? Okay? Okay, so that gives you the survival probability of U into D. Clear? See, Super K, this is a real-time experiment. They detect elastic scattering of neutrino on electron via some radiation from the produced electron. So nu E on electron will have charge current scattering that we drew the diagram yesterday. Electron by emitting a W plus, this will go to. Okay, so this is the charge current interaction. Okay, mu cannot produce anything by charge current interaction because you have to produce a muon which costs you 100 MeV, but you do not have 100 MeV. Okay, but there is a neutral current interaction. Where not only nu E but nu V take part with equal strength. Clear? So when you measure the rate of elastic scattering and compare that to the standard model expectation, if you see a deficit, that deficit that comes from two parts, the nu E contribution which has both charge current and neutral current, but the 1 minus P, which is going into mu, that is contributing, but that is contributing only through neutral current. So that is contributing with a reduced efficiency. So charge current cross section over charge plus neutral current cross section. Okay? So that is equal to sign. So this will give you P plus the other species that you have to modify by the 1/6, that is the reduced efficiency. Okay, and from that you calculate the survival probability. Okay, that is important. Okay, so see now. And also, this experiment measures neutrino energy and direction from those of the produced electron. Okay, these are real-time experiments. So you can measure the neutrino direction. So you can extrapolate it backwards, and you see that the events are pointing toward the sun. Okay, and also measure the neutrino energy. That is important. We shall see in due time that helps you distinguishing between different solutions. To look at the energy dependence. Neutrino energy dependence. Okay. You see, Super K and chlorine got Nobel Prize in 2002. Okay, for seeing solar neutrino. Okay. But they did not get Nobel Prize for neutrino oscillation because they saw solar neutrino. Okay, this was a oldest experiment, but old-fashioned experiment. This is a real-time experiment, and when this measure the neutrino direction from the direction of the selenium cone and extend backwards coming from this sun. Okay, so they got the Nobel Prize for seeing unambiguously solar neutrino. Okay. But to show that it is oscillation, you have to measure you have to know the predicted flux, that is Bachel's calculation, okay? That nobody knows, okay? That price went to snow. Why? We shall see in a moment. This is snow is a Cherenkov detector, but it has heavy water instead of ordinary water. Okay? And so the target is deuteron, and deuteron has very small binding energy. You know, deuteron binding is 2.2 MeV. You know it or not? Deuteron binding energy is 2.2 MeV. Okay? So 5 MeV is enough to knock out, to split the deuteron, and so you get electron plus 2 protons. Okay? Okay, and this electron is producing this electron. So this is the charge current interaction, which will give you the nu E survival probability, because only nu E will take part, nu mu will not take part. Okay? But because it is deuteron, they can also have neutral current interaction, because of the small binding energy. Okay, it splits into proton plus neutron. Okay, and there is no electron here. So how they will detect this process? They have 3 phases. In the first phase, neutron was observed on deuteron to give you tritium and gamma. Gamma by Compton scattering ejects electron, which gives you Cherenkov light. Okay. In the second phase, they doped heavy water with sodium chloride, because chlorine has a higher absorption cross-section on neutron, so it gives you chlorine 36 in gamma. Gamma again knocks out electron by Compton scattering, gives Cherenkov light. Okay? But in this process, you have to separate the Cherenkov light coming from charge current from that of the neutral current. Okay? So there may be some ambiguity there. Okay? In the third phase, they introduced helium-3 gas filled tubes into the D2O tank. Then neutron interacts with helium-3, gives you proton and tritium, and that is inside the gas filled tube, and there are counters to detect it. So thereby the neutral current and charge current will separately, completely separated. Now the charge current comes only from nu E. So if you see the rate, that you calculate the flux, that will give you the flux of nu E, solar neutrino, solar nu E. Okay. Neutral current does not distinguish. Say they have same efficiency. Okay. Okay. There is no efficiency drop factor unlike this. Okay. So it has same efficiency. So what you measure from the neutral current rate is the total solar neutrino flux. Part of may be converted into mu, but you see the total flux. Okay. So you can calculate the total. You can see the total solar neutrino flux. So you can check Bachel's calculation. In fact, it says the Bachel's calculation is exactly correct, but that uncertainty of plus minus 20% is brought down to something like 6%, 7%. Okay? And since you independently see the total solar neutrino flux and the nu E flux, you take the ratio, you find that the nu is becoming one-third, two-thirds has gone into nu E. Okay? So irrespective of any Bachel's calculation, they can observe solar neutrino oscillation in a single experiment. That is why they got the solar neutrino oscillation prize, and the Asprey oscillation prize went as the second prize to superconductor. Clear? Okay. This gives you the observed rates, okay, compared to the solar neutrino flux prediction. So that will give you the nu E survival probability. Gallium experiment has the lowest threshold, 0.2 MeV. It sees all this low energy, intermediate energy, high energy neutrino, but is dominated by the highest flux PP flux. Okay, and you see that the survival probability is just over 50%. Chlorine